And Casey Jones was with the Spartans all week, was on the field for the win and the celebration, and is finally back from Pasadena after what we can only describe as a planes, trains, and automobiles type trip home from the West Coast. We'll save that for another story. Watching on TV, Casey, it was one thing. Give us a little feel for what it was like for the players, and I'm sure something that they'd never really experienced before.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been on the field for championships, out on the court, and you ask the players, like, describe this feeling, this emotion that you have running through you, and so often they say, hey, words can't really describe it. Well, words can't really describe it. When you're being out on that field, you kind of understand what those players are talking about. It's really an undescribable moment. A lot of shock, a lot of disbelief that a team who at the beginning of the season was struggling to score offensive points, had a defense that was outscoring them, that they had made this journey to be Rose Bowl champions. But in the end, obviously, not important about how you get there, just that you're seeing the world and college football through rose-colored glasses.
I'm so flipping blessed. I'm so blessed. And I want to cry right now.
It still hasn't hit me yet, you know, that we're Rose Bowl champs, that we're 13-1. But I'm just so thankful, and you know, it's an undescribable feeling.
You know, spectacular, amazing, spectacular. You know, you would never think that, you know, we can accomplish this, but we stayed positive, kept our heads held high, and you know, we got here, we made it here, and we got the win.
I couldn't be happier. On this stage, winning this game. That's all you can ask for.
You're the honorary captain, you're out there, but more importantly, you're always a Spartan. This has got to be just as special for you.
This is very gratifying. Just very grateful for this opportunity to be able to be here in the front row seat, to seeing them complete the mission of winning a Rose Bowl.
On our media day, you told us that at the beginning of the season when Coach Antonio said you'd be the ones, that you never envisioned yourself being the one. You are the one now. Put that into words.
It's hard to. You know, it's stuff you dream out as a little kid. It's stuff that you envision. You go to bed every single night thinking about it. And just, you know, I think we just took it one step at a time as a whole team, you know, including me. Every single week, just, you know, not looking down the line, you know, not looking in. I think the more we won, the more, you know, after every single Big Ten, after every week pretty much in the Big Ten, we were just winning. So that dream started to become a reality as the season went on, and we were able to make that dream into a reality.
You think about all the time that you've spent in the offseason, during the season, all the hard work and pain you've committed to this program. What do roses smell like?
It smells like victory, baby. It smells like joy. It smells like Spartans, baby.
The rest of Spartan Nation getting that sense. Well, from what I understand, too, the team didn't really have a lot of time to celebrate out in Pasadena. They're back on a plane 8:30 the next morning.
Yeah, you need their travel agent, don't you? Casey's trip was about 24 hours. Obviously, a little bit of a slow start. Not that you have a slow start in a 13-1 season, but like the season, a bit of a slow start, but kind of apropos the way they ended it, too.
Yeah, you look at that game, really took shape of their entire season. Got off to a slow start. The offense was sputtering. Defense kept them in the game, but they finished strong, and they did so with a big defensive stand that helped them. Defense really helping them win this game.
We knew it was going to come down to defensive play. It always is. You know, defense wins championships.
Fourth down, you got to stop them to win the game. Of course, it comes down to the defense. Surprised at all? You guys won it?
I'm not surprised at all. That's what we kind of expected. We knew this what kind of game it would be. And, you know, for the defense, you know, be out there in the last minutes is great. You know, I couldn't ask for more.
Did it surprise you at all that this game came down to the defense winning it on fourth down?
Not at all. I say that, you know, our offense played very well, you know, and they did what they needed to do to get us in this game, to keep us in this game.
And I think it's very fitting for the season they put together, the way the defense was so dominant. They showed up once again in crunch time, and they just did an outstanding job.
That last punt had to be a little nerve-wracking, knowing I got to give a little distance to this defense, but in the end, it was the defense all season long that got it done just like they did today.
Yeah, well, the defense is the backbone of this team, and without them, we couldn't be here. I think this responded well to adversity, and this one's really for Max. Even though he wasn't out here, he's still, this is his team, his win.
And the team saying that they wanted to step up in Max's absence and show that this team was not just one player deep in these positions. And they certainly did that, especially in the linebacker core.
That's kind of been their identity throughout the year, isn't it? Even guys who weren't expected in the beginning of the season, the Connor Cooks, Jeremy Langford. In the end, they're there, though, when you didn't really think they would have been 4, 5, 6 months ago.
Well, the guy that stepped up for Max Bullock, Kyler Elsworth. I mean, he's a guy that 4 or 5 years ago, he wasn't even thinking about playing football. He had full ride scholarships to North Carolina, Michigan, Indiana, Michigan State to wrestle. He walked on at Michigan State, gave up the entire scholarship, starts his first game ever in the Rose Bowl, and he's the guy who sealed it on fourth down, made that diving tackle. He has also earned himself the defensive MVP honors.
A lot of people said, hey, man, you're crazy to turn down a scholarship for wrestling. You're going to pay for your school, and you're going to walk on and pay for your own school. And, you know, all I can think now is, you know, who's crazy now?
He's a great player, man. We're going to miss him definitely. We're going to miss him dearly next year. Him and Max, I mean, they're both great players. Unfortunately, Max was unable to be here, but we played for him today, and you can see in Elsworth's eyes that he was playing with a passion that Max had.
4 years ago, if I would have told you you'd have been standing up there as defensive MVP, you would have called me crazy. A week ago, you would have called me crazy. Maybe even this morning, you would have called me crazy, but at the end, you were.
Yeah, like you said, it's crazy. There's only one word really to describe that, but like I said, I couldn't have done it without my defensive guys. Even I myself, like you said this morning, if someone said, man, you're going to be standing up on that stage holding the MVP trophy with a rose, I'd have went, I hope so. I mean, I hope so. But, you know, I hope that, you know, Michigan State is, you know, up there in that conversation of those guys are going to play from start to finish. They're not going to give up. Never count them out.
3 goals at the beginning of the season, win the conference, get to the Rose Bowl, win the Rose Bowl. Yeah. Check, check, check. After the game, Coach D'Antonio saying that this team wants to continue to win, so obviously the natural progression is national championship. They'd love to be there next year, and you know, if they want to be there next year, we'd love to go with them too.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. I know you had fun, but great job in bringing all that for us back here in West Virginia.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.